The Joe Rogan Experience.
And transcending state propaganda. Like this is like my favorite verse in the Bible. They're trying to trick Jesus. I don't know, they're asking.
Imagine being so cocky you think you can trick Jesus.
I would try.
I got it.
Maybe.
Fuck that, dude.
Would be cool if you could.
I'm going to bring out 3-card money.
We're going to get him.
Imagine Jesus walking down New York City and watching him play 3-card money and getting suckered in. You're like, hey, I thought you were the guy. Hey, man, don't do that. You don't understand. It's not the same card. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. You don't have any more shekels. You're out of shekels.
Is that what they use, shekels?
I guess. What did they have back then?
I don't know, denarius?
What kind of dollars did they have? What unit of money was around when Jesus
Good question.
existed? Super good question. I wish I knew it. Be a clever thing to say. Shekels sounds good, though. Shekels is a fun name for coins.
Shekels.
Shekels. Was it shekels?
It comes up with a Phoenician shekel and a half shekel.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking shekels.
Let's fucking go. It's shekels, son.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
So imagine Jesus blew all his shekels on 3-card money. You'd be
Dude,
like, Jesus.
Jesus.
We just stick to being the fucking Messiah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you here again?
He gets hustled in a basketball game. Like, Jesus.
You're going to question
You're
everything.
not good at basketball and you can't run in those fucking sandals.
Why are you doing this? You can turn water into wine. Let's sell fucking
losing
wine.
money at basketball. He plays horse with people. He keeps missing.
Wow. That would really be weird.
Jesus would have to be really good at badminton. Like
Everything.
If he plays badminton, he's got to win. He's got to
Pickleball.
win. Well, I'm not going to believe you're Jesus if you can't wrestle.
If you're bad at pinball.
If you get pinned really quick in a wrestling match, like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, yeah, he's
If you
got
get
to be good at
submitted,
everything.
somebody rear naked chokes Jesus, 30
You're like,
seconds in a
you're
match.
doing it, and you're like, I don't know.
Can't believe
He's
I'm
not
choking
tapping
Jesus.
out.
He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He doesn't know shit. He's a white belt. Why is he in this competition? Jesus goes to the UF Open golf tournament, and everybody's like, Jesus fucking sucks at golf. He can't even fucking hit the ball right. Somebody show him how to hit the ball. He doesn't
Dana
know
White,
anything.
why did you let Jesus compete in the UFC?
Jesus is playing pickleball. It's just falling down. Not
Dude,
good at pickleball.
I know, and that's-
people would be so disappointed in Jesus.
Everything the
If
way he walked.
Just bowled a gutter ball every time. You fucking dummy. What are you doing?
Farts in the car. Just that. You got to be like, dude, roll the window down.
Everybody smelled back then. I think farts probably like cleared the air a little. Oh, something interesting to smell. Some new thing instead of these shitty asses that I smell everywhere.
I just read that they used to think smelling farts in a jar would cure diseases.
What, it doesn't?
How do you save
gotta
a fart in a jar?
Cancel my subscription.
How do you mail that?
There was some young lady that we featured on the podcast at one point in time was making a ton of money farting
Selling
in
her
jars.
farts?
Yeah, selling farts.
Dude, that's incredible.
I hope she didn't even fart in those jars. I hope those dummies.
It wasn't even that long ago. It says 2014.
No, smelling farts in a jar does not cure disease.
It does.
Look,
You don't know. You don't know.
Read that. In 2014 news
My
headlines.
chiropractor told me that smelling farts was the way to go.
These claims are based on a University of Exeter press release that was not about smelling farts.
Imagine. Have you heard of this new medication they're giving cows to make them fart less?
There you go. During the plague. Oh yeah. That almost what you said. That's not far off from what this says. It's just something better
A
to
jar
smell.
of farts. The Great Plague of London in the 1600s was a scary time. The public was willing to just about anything to stay healthy, including sniffing a jar of their own farts. Back then, doctors were apparently convinced that the plague was spread via deadly air vapor and that a foul-smelling substance could dilute the pollution. As such, some locals apparently took to storing their farts in jars, just in case the situation suddenly demanded a quick whiff.
Honey, open the fart cabinet.
Open the old vintage farts. I'm going to get them farts from when I was 23 and I had a good gut biome.
Dude, like,
That's so hilarious.
that is so fucking crazy.
I want to know
think
how
about
long
that.
it lasted because for what I understand, that you can't really fart in a jar and keep it there.
Here's,
Like, by the time you seal it up, it's probably sealed up with so much oxygen.
well, there's only one way to find out. And
Get Ari.
get
Ari.
Ari to fart in a jar
He'll
and
just
smell
shit
it.
in there and lie to you. He's so gross. Ari just shits publicly. He's out of his mind.
How do you get the fart in the jar?
I guess you put the jar up to your asshole when you
You
got to
think
fart.
it cap, but then you got to get the cap
You
on
think
real
it
fast. But then you got to get the cap
quick,
on real fast.
real quick, like a ninja.
Jamie, can you?
You're gonna get a
Google
little
it?
bit of air in there.
I'm looking.
You know what I mean? It's like moonshine. It's not 100% alcohol.
You don't. You use a tube if you're a pro.
Yeah, you would use a tube.
A tube going into the jar.
You would have like a diaper, a big like a gas diaper, with like completely sealed to your ass like a COVID mask, and then you would just fart into that tube,
Gas
and it would
mask.
go into that jar, and then you'd do it all day long.
Right,
And there'd be
fill
a
the jar.
robot there that would like seal that jar off.
How do you
so we
know it's filled?
pure?
How do you know when your jar's
Right.
like,
What if you
full of
gave me a
farts?
half-ass fart? I want a real fart.
Or just the jar only has like a little fart,
I want a 3:30 a.m. Taco Bell fart.
dude.
That's what I want. I want
That's
one of those
gonna cure
farts
you.
where you're in the car and you buy Taco Bell and you immediately hate yourself.
Here's a study on it. They used. It depends on the
There's a
container.
study on farts in a
You
jar.
might need to use glass versus metal containers.
Oh my god.
Dissipates over days, obviously.
Who
but
did this
Oh my
study?
god. Some awesome scientists.
Bench, Hallshine, and
Jaxia. Why is it called anal? Wait, that
That's
can't
probably-
be
yeah,
real.
it's
Anal
a-
chemistry.
No, it's like a.
No, that's my study. My field of study.
Anal
chemistry.
Just go with that.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Literally.
I mean, you.
Farting in jars.
The sad
to cure.
thing. The sad thing about that article, though, because it comes out, and so that means there's people who think farts in a jar can cure cancer, and that means that somebody was laying in bed dying, and someone who loved them came up and said, "I know this is gonna seem weird, Dad, but I need you to smell this." And like there was people
But
dying.
again, this brings us back to the placebo effect.
Could work.
Because I think almost everything works. It just doesn't work when your streets are filled with sewer. You know, I think that was
Right.
what everybody was dying of back then.
Right.
They had horrible, fucking, terribly unsanitary conditions
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything was covered in shit.
Yep.
Everything was shit. Shitty water.
You're shitting in
if
your
you have no
bedroom.
running water and you have a bunch of people living together, you have horrible diseases.
According to their study, one of those jars, if found, could maybe have the fart from the 17th century.
Wow.
Ah.
Now that's a horror movie right there. Like you find like a 17th century fart.
You sniff that fart and then you
Great
immediately
power.
turn into like one of those 28 days later zombies.
Or
And then
s-
it spreads.
or a
This
superhero.
virus has had a chance to adapt and evolve and plan its strategy while trapped inside this jar and get back at the humans because it doesn't have to die. So it lives in this guy's butt gas and then it evolves over hundreds of years, figure out through the multiverse how to communicate with other bacteria everywhere and
Yep.
devise a strategy
Yep.
to morph itself over thousands
Dude.
and thousands of generations of new viruses to become some
There you go.
crazy rage virus. Just like
By the way,
28 days
man-
later, which there's a new one coming out.
Maybe here's the other thing. Maybe that is the fountain of youth. Maybe the thing they're trying to hide from us, the most obvious thing, is if you smell an aged fart, you're gonna reverse age.
Yeah, maybe snake oil works.
There's a science on harvest. How do you harvest? The best way to harvest it
thank
is
you.
underwater.
Oh, science.
Use water
Super
to
science.
do it.
Oh,
Catch
there
the
you go.
bubbles, Not. Don't try to catch the fart in air. You know.
Yeah, but you got to be accurate. You
Can
got to
you,
be accurate with your farts.
Jamie? Can you YouTube
But
smelling
then,
my?
how do you close the gap? You got to slide a
Yeah,
lid in
underwater.
there. You might get a little water in your farts.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
No,
not, don't
you
lose
can't
the
have
gas.
farts and the water together.
They're separate. They're separate things.
Oh, so when you open it, it'll be pure farts, but a little bit of water at the bottom. How do I know that the water isn't diluting and slowly washing the farts over 200 years?
that's not how.
Jamie, can you
science
scroll
works.
up a little bit? Yeah.
Fart science. In my degree in fart
What
science.
was it? Sorry.
Can you pull that up again?
Yeah.
I find it interesting that someone wrote an entire essay on how to do this. Will you go back to the beginning? I just want to read how do you introduce the story here?
How do you bring this up to a fucking person where you
Caught my
want a
4-year-old doing
grant?
it, Yeah.
I recently caught my 4-year-old nephew attempting to fart into a jar in the hopes of saving it for later to surprise Grandma.
This is not the first time I've encountered a little boy with a dream of bottling his own farts. Years ago, my younger cousin, let's call him Jay, had a whole shelf of dated mason jars in their
a
barn.
barn.
He was very proud of his collection. That kid is killing cats. That's a fucking serial killer. He's got a fucking shelf of dated jars of his farts. What a fucking psychopath.
Jay, Jeffrey Dahmer.
He has nothing better to do than just fart in jars.
Now, I wanted to show you my jar collection. Those are my farts. Now,
Yeah.
that's New Year's Eve.
And he's torturing animals.
That's a fart when September 11th happened. That was a fear fart.
Oh my god. Oh my god.